Hi guys, how are you? How have you been? It's been a minute since I last posted. So I wanted to post, but I didn't post. But yeah, today I'm back, so we're doing it, okay? So guys, I'd written down, I'd I couldn't sleep, like was it on like I couldn't sleep. I started doing a video because I wanted to vlog, but I thought I'll talk so much, so I didn't vlog. But that day, I decided to write down um, what I've learned so far because I was going through. I was basically just going through what I've been through and like whatever I've learned from that. So this is on what I've learned from my past trauma. Yeah, what I've learned from my past trauma. Yep. So that's what you're going to talk about today. So some of them are unexpected lessons. Like I never thought this is the lesson I'll get from whatever happened to me. Yeah. So yeah. I wrote so many. I didn't expect to write so many things, but like I ended up writing so many things. Like yo, see, I wrote a lot of things. I wrote so many like so many things, you guys. Like whoa. So I learned so many things, and I'm going to name them. But before, I'll just like to tell you guys, if you're going through something right now and like you feel down, whatever you're feeling right now, yes, it's a feeling that you feel right now, and many people act differently. Some people's hearts become hard and they don't feel anything. Some people, everyone has a coping mechanism of whatever they're going through right now. So if you're going through that hard time, trust me, it's not gonna last. Like it's not gonna last. You're going to get your breakthrough. So just have faith. Okay, guys. So number one, what I learned from my past trauma, it's have time to digest what you went through. Just have time to digest what you went through. When you have time to digest whatever you went through at that time, it also helps you to like release yourself from that. And don't ever blame yourself, by the way. Don't blame yourself for whatever situation you are in, whatever you went through. Don't blame yourself for that. It's not your mistake that you had to go through that. Okay? So don't blame yourself. So have time to digest what you went through. You will feel depth, strength, and wisdom. The fact that you are here and still going on. So like you'll feel like you're strong. Like man, I went through that. This is what happened to me. I went through that. I remember there's a time I was thinking back on whatever happened to me. Like I had an someone. I don't want to mention names. I had someone, and by that time I was so young, and every time she could tell me how ugly I was. Like, oh, she could tell me, oh, you ugly. I don't know, CG, nini, nini, all that stuff. She used to tell me like constantly, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly. But one thing, I never thought I was ugly. It's never got into my head because I knew back then I looked like my dad, and it didn't matter whatever anyone said. So that got me through that. But ooh, it was a lot. Yeah. So number two, stop comparing yourself to others. Don't ever compare yourself to anyone else. Don't be like, why do I have to go through this and Nani is not going through this? Or why is it that? Don't compare yourself to anyone. You're special in your own way. You have your own gifts. God created you at different times. And even if you're twins, one came out before the other. So yeah. So don't compare yourself to anyone because the more you compare yourself to other people, the more you feel less. the more you feel like you ain't anything. And it's not a good feeling, by the way. It's not. So, number three, it is okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. What I learned from my past trauma is it's okay to not be okay. It's okay. I'm not feeling well. I'm so down spiritually, mentally, physically, but it's okay. Like right now, the place where I am, I'm like, I've gone through this before. I've gone through a phase where I felt like this. But right now, I'm like, I went through that so I can go through this. Like if I went through that and I came out of that, this is nothing. So it's okay to not be okay. Number four, use your wise mind instead of always acting from an emotional place. Use your mind. Don't be acting from an emotional place. Like for one, if there's something I learned, sometimes the people who cause you so much pain are family, right? And maybe you're living with a family member and you know, like at times you're so angry, you want to talk and speak your mind, but you know, you don't want to cause any drama from the one that you already have. So just act from your mind. Use your mind to act. Don't act from your emotions. Don't. So what I learned again, you are not what happened to you, and it's not your fault. I've told you that before. It's not your fault that whatever happened to you happened to you. It's not your fault. Okay. It's okay to be angry about your past, but eventually you'll have to let things go. It's okay to be angry. I remember there's a time, oh Lord, like when I wanted to move out of wherever I was living, because the main thing that made me move out, guys, I'll tell you guys, that's a story for another day. I live alone. I don't live with anyone. I don't want stress. I don't want whatever. So the main thing that made me want to move out, I'll tell you guys, huh? So it's okay to be angry. I remember during those times, I used to be so angry. Someone has not done anything to me, but I'm so angry. And do you know whom I was so angry? You guys, there was so much anger in my heart. And I'm so glad that the moment I just let it out, it all went away. And it was such a good feeling. I felt so much relieved. So another point, something that I learned from my past trauma, if possible, don't stay anywhere you are not wanted. That's why I've told you guys I had to move out. That's why I've told you guys I had to move out. If possible, don't stay anywhere you're not wanted. Your peace of mind is worth more than staying in a situation where you are not valued or respected. It's okay to move out. It's okay. Do you know, I feel like my love for God, it reached at a point, but I love it. It reached at a point where I was like, I don't like anyone anymore. I don't like anyone. I wanted, because I felt like I don't love myself. I love people. I sacrifice. I listen to whatever they tell me. I do whatever they tell me in the expense of what makes me happy. And that's when I decided, oh no, I can't do this. Someone is knocking, so I'll get back to you.
6 hours later.
So I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Yep. But let me do something real quick. Uh-huh. Doing something real quick. Quick. I have eyelashes, guys. Did you even notice that I had eyelashes? So, where are we? Okay. Okay, so the other thing that I learned from my trauma is make a conscious effort to love yourself even when it's hard. if there's something that I found difficult was like loving myself. I felt like I felt the need to please people so much because I wanted like to be valued. But like people will always be people, especially when you get to understand why Noah had to take animals in the ark instead of yeah. So make a conscious effort to love yourself even when it's hard. I believe like when I started loving myself, it took long for me to like love myself, but when I started loving myself, I felt so good. I felt so confident. There was nothing anyone could tell me that could make me feel bad because I knew, as in, I'm at a place where I know who I am, I know what I want, I know where I want to be, and I envision the life I want to live. Like, nobody has to tell me what my life will be like because I believe and I have faith in the kind of life that I want to have. Yeah. And I believe like beginning to love yourself, it's the hardest. It's the hardest. Like, really, it's the hardest thing. Okay, hold yourself accountable for certain situations in life, but don't beat yourself up. Hold yourself accountable for certain situations, for certain things that happen. Don't always be blaming people. Now that this incident happened to you, now everything you have to blame it on other people. No, you have to be accountable for the things that you've done. You on your own, you have to be accountable. Me as Layla, what did I do? I did one, two, three. And because of one, two, three, it resulted to one, two, three happening. So hold yourself accountable for every single thing that happens. But don't beat yourself about it. But it's okay to acknowledge that you're wrong. It's okay to acknowledge that you're wrong. Okay? Take a step back from your current situation and give yourself the time and space to just release everything from your system and just breathe. Oh Lord. If you want to take a step back, let me tell you, you have to be at a place where you're free, at a place where you know nobody dictates anything that you do. No one has the upper hand in anything that you do. In order for you to take a step back from your current situation, the current situation that you're in, and give yourself the time and space to just release everything from your system and just breathe. Like that's when many people act differently, but for me, this is the time when I broke down, like literally. I broke down. And I remember, like, when I broke down, I got angry during that time. And I remember texting my dad. And I just talked about everything and I felt better because I released everything. It's good to release. And I felt better and I felt good. And that was stepping, that was like a point to forgiveness. Mhm. It always gets better when you heal and value yourself. That's what I've told you. It's okay for you. Just release everything. Take a step back from a situation and just release everything. That's a step to healing. You'll feel way much better. And then trauma permanently changes us. Like I did not realize that my childhood trauma brought me at a place where I am so defensive right now. I won't lie. I'm so defensive. Literally. Like I don't allow anyone to play around with me. Like I don't. Like when someone talks something, I look at them and I'm like, what did you just say? Like I have to like I feel the need to always have to protect myself. Like I don't care whatever they say, whatever they think, I don't care. Don't talk this about me. You don't know me. Like that type of attitude. Trauma permanently changes us. For me, it has made me so defensive. It has made me someone who I literally don't care about other people's thoughts about me. Yes, I listen to their thoughts, but like if their thoughts is not who I am, I just brush it off. That is what I do. But not in a bad way. It helps. It helps. But for other people like permanently change to be different, like totally. Like if they had a soft heart, they stop even being soft, they become hard and harsh to people. So other people react differently. The hardest lesson is learning how to forgive and love yourself, friends, or family, even when they fail at one of these roles. As in, the hardest lesson is learning to forgive. For me, the hardest lesson was learning to forgive. I was having the hardest time to forgive. I only forgave when I had sorry, when I was told sorry. That is when I forgave. That is when I was like, okay, now I'll let you go. Even if the people who put me in these situations or through the things that I went through, I did not hold them accountable for whatever they did to me or whatever they said. I hold the person who is responsible to bring me in this world for all those things. And once I had sorry, I was okay and I was good and I just thank God. And then love shows up in unexpected ways. After trauma, some near strangers reach out, some close friends fumble to express care. Um, after you come, after your trauma, you get that the strangest things happen to you, but I've never understood. But mine, I've had the strangest things happen to me. And they've always been good experiences. I've met good people. I've found love. I know what love is. I'm able to, like there's that warm feeling that you feel around certain people that you could not feel with people who you're related by blood, like literally. So yeah. And then what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it scares people who genuinely don't like you, but you won't care. As in, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Whatever situation you went through, it just made you stronger. By you being stronger, it scares the people who really don't like you, who speak bad things about you and all that stuff. But don't take it at heart. So those are the lessons I've learned. I've learned so many lessons. I have so many things I've written down. I have so many Bible verses and all that stuff. The Bible verses are the Bible verses that helped to console me when I felt so broken. And even today, when I feel broken, they're the same Bible verses that motivate me and make me be like, yeah. So, like, I have so many lessons that I learned. Uh huh. Final one. I cannot live without saying this. It's okay to be misunderstood. People don't have to understand you. Don't be under pressure to make people understand you. It's okay to be misunderstood. People don't have to understand you. Don't be under pressure to make people understand you. I feel like every single time, like I could do something, because when you're with someone who is not your parent, most of the time they expect you to be perfect. They don't expect you to do other things. It's like, I don't know, but they just expect you to be perfect. And even your perfection, it's not good enough to them. So most of the time, like when someone could tell me something or try and describe me or a character that I'm not, I could always be like, oh Lord, they don't know who I am. They're saying I'm this and I'm not this. So most of the time I found myself trying so hard to be understood. And it was breaking me, it was killing me, it was tearing me down. So don't. It's okay to be misunderstood. And then one more thing that I'll let you guys with. Silence is the greatest weapon of all. This is what I learned. Like for me, when I decide to be quiet, I'm usually calculating my steps. And one thing I learned about myself is that I'm very calculative. I might look dumb and like I don't understand what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing, like literally. And I study everything. And I pay attention to the littlest, the smallest things. I pay attention to details. I am fully alert to everything and anything everyone says. And whatever negative thing that is said about me, this is the step that I thank God. As in, I don't cry about it anymore. As in, whatever negative thing that is said about me, it motivates me and pushes me to like build something so great out of it. I remember like there's a time, oh, I have so many stories by the way, guys. But like these stories, I'll tell you guys like on the next episode. So if you want to hear the story about my childhood trauma, my worst incidences in life, um, just everything in life, comment down below. I'll tell you guys about it because I plan to like give you stories. Yeah. So today I want to leave you guys with a Bible verse that helped me most of the time. Yeah. So from the book of Psalms, verse chapter 71, verse 20. Though you have made me see troubles, many and bitter, you will restore my life again. From the depths of the earth, you will again bring me up. I repeat, Psalm 71:20. Though you have made me see troubles, many and bitter, you will restore my life again. From the depths of the earth, you will again bring me up. So even as you see this video, I hope that the Lord guides you through, that you get breakthrough, that you be able to be free and just breathe and just be the person you're meant to be and explore who you are and just know how strong you are, how beautiful you are, how courageous you are. So even as I leave you guys, just believe and trust in God. I know it's the hardest thing. Like for me, it reached at a point I was like, God, why me? Why me? Why this? Why me? Why this? Why me? But the more I went through certain things and certain things happened, the more I saw God's hand. So I hope that also you guys, you get breakthrough from whatever you're going through, whatever trauma you've been through, you learn from them. There's always something good and strong at the end of it. And don't forget, God loves you. Bye. See you guys on the next vlog. Love you all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.